All right, guys, Nika here with your daily neuro nuggets. So, I'm always authentic when we're here. I don't really take massive notes. I don't clip. I don't edit. If I make a mistake while I'm talking, well, so be it. It's authentic. No fancy music, no nothing. It's just me and you being normal humans. So if you don't like people who are authentic, this is not your channel. I just want to get that out of the way. Now, that is why you see me in pajamas with my hair undone, because I called in off work today and I had a migraine for about 10 hours. I don't get them often anymore now that I'm older, in my 40s or so. But when I was younger, like in my 20s, they were horrible. They would knock me out for like 3-4 days at a time. My doctor said it was related to my high IQ because of my diet, my sleep, and everything else was fine. I don't know. Nonetheless, I've gotten older now. They have improved dramatically. So that is great for me. And unfortunately, I'm still really unable to function at work. So I basically slept the whole time. And then when I woke up, I ate all of the food. When I eat like 4,500 calories, so like almost double to what I normally eat, it makes them go away way faster. I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. And I also have a shot of espresso at the onset of the migraine, and that also seems to help. So today, I don't have any fancy tea, just a regular black cup of coffee. And this is great for me. Not medical advice. Talk to your doctor. I will not be sued. This is not medical advice. Now, I did find a 2023 study saying that coffee, when you have higher intakes, around 3 to 4 cups a day, it can actually lower your rate of Parkinson's, diabetes, colon cancer, rectal cancer, endometrial cancer, breast cancer, and liver disease. And it can even improve asthma control. But as like anything in nature, it can also have side effects. So insomnia, anxiety, heart palpitations. It could unalive you as well. If overdone, it may raise your blood pressure. So talk to your doctor. Cheers. Now, I wanted to talk about the danger of people spreading rumors on social media. And I think that's why it's so important that Ann Taylor was trying to do those surveys, right? And try to get a sense of the bias that exists within the community, within Moscow, within really the whole state of Idaho, right? Because let's be honest, there's bias, and they are definitely not leaning towards being helpful to Bryan Kohberger. So I found a comment. I was feeling much better after 10 hours or so. I went to Law and Crime Network. I found a new uploaded video, and I'm scrolling through the comments just to get a sense of what society has to say about the current state of affairs. So I see a lady who likes to spread a lot of false information online, and she's been here before, but it doesn't really matter who or what her name is. It doesn't matter, because the point that I'm trying to make is that people like this are dangerous. They are a danger really to society, because you can really affect somebody else's life when you spread misinformation just like that. And it also made me, it brought me down a little bit, right? Emotionally, it made me feel not good, because it made me realize that all it takes is one idiot to put a stupid comment out there, and then 20 other idiots are asking, oh my gosh, how did you find out? I can't believe it. That means BK did it. When really all they have to do is go to Google and enter the same thing that this woman said was a truth, and find out for themselves that it was not. It literally takes somebody 5 seconds to type that into Google. So that's the state of the world, I think. I think it's a very good reflection of society, that all it takes is somebody to put a little uneducated or false comment out there, and then it takes over like wildfire. So I'm going to read this comment to you. This is what it said. I'm curious as to why BK was accused of a woman's murder several years ago. The grand jury and everything was involved then. And like I said, several people went to ask this woman, oh my gosh, where did you find this? Please help. Can you send me this information? I knew he did it. And of course, she didn't reply, right? Because again, when you go Google this, the first article that popped up for me was one coming from the Idaho Statesman saying that, yeah, it's not real. And he was not involved and he is not connected to that crime of that woman being unalived years ago in Pennsylvania. So there are a lot of low IQ people out there, or lazy, or both. Please do your own research. Stop believing what people randomly post in the comment section. It is your responsibility to fact check the information that you're reading and to not just take it in as fact, because then that means what? Then that means that if somebody is doing that, then they are also part of the problem. Now, that made me feel very down. I'm like, what's wrong with humanity? Are we all idiots? Have we just all lost our minds and we're going to believe some random female posting random comments on random videos, including mine? Of course not. Of course not. We are more intelligent than that. I know that. But still, I just wanted to remind some of you guys. Now, I did read other comments that made me feel much better. Much, much better in that same video. So I wanted to share those with you because I don't really have the mental energy to delve too deep today. It's just one of those migraine days. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So I want to share them with you, okay? One said, okay, simple solution. Anything that wasn't provided to the defense should be inadmissible during trial. What a great idea. What a great concept. I agree with that. That made me feel better. Oh my goodness, America, wake up. I also agree with that comment because I was a hippie and backpacked throughout Central and South America, and naturally the people in those countries seem to have this mistrust in government entities and law enforcement. But something about Americans, I am an American, I was born and raised here, I am a U.S. Navy military veteran. My family members have, some of them been in, I probably shouldn't be too specific, but FBI, CIA, DEA. So this is not to talk bad about those people. But something about Americans, we are just very good. We're either very naive or we just don't want to question our government, or maybe we just don't want to believe that they could maybe want to do something to harm us or to lie to us or to take advantage of our rights. But I think America is waking up. I hope so. I hope so. Another comment, why does the judge think that this is funny? Well, you and I both have that question because we've seen a lot of Triple J being facetious. He has a silly smirk on his face the whole time. Like, when I watch his face, I'm just like, are the taxpayers really, we are really paying this guy? American taxpayers? No, I don't want to. I think he shouldn't be a judge. That's just my opinion. Another comment, YouTube deleting comments. Let's see if this one stays. By the way, that reminds me, people have also told me that I have deleted their comments. I have not. If I have some time, I try to go through your comments and give you a like or a heart or something. But I don't delete comments. So maybe YouTube is deleting comments. I believe that there's very specific criteria that the comments have to meet. So if they're not meeting that, the platform will take them down. Another comment. At this point, I don't know if Bryan Kohberger is guilty or not, but I do know the police and prosecution have bungled this case. Combined with the 8-hour delay, which compromises the sheath evidence, this case will not find BK guilty. And I'm just like, oh my goodness, a person in the comment section with some common sense. Wow. Thank you for pointing that out, that even if this person does not know for sure if BK did it or not, was involved or not, they're still aware that this case is messed up and was messed up from the get-go. They have that awareness, and that's something we should all strive to have. When this person mentioned the 8-hour delay, that is such a great time frame to compromise evidence. 8 hours to potentially tamper with the evidence. And so far, all that the state really has is this sheath evidence, which is, first of all, touch DNA. We have covered the issues, the flaws with that. Not to mention, we understand as a scientist myself that 19 picograms out of 150 needed to make this test scientifically valid is not enough. You need, at the very minimum, 100 picograms minimum. And really, we would want 150 or more. 19 picograms is not enough. This is touch DNA. Just a reminder. Now, this comment. The more the prosecution hides info, the more I am believing that BK did not do it. This, to me, shows where this case is going, meaning that people that originally thought from the get-go BK is the right guy are now starting to question things. And it's sad that it took this long, but I understand. Another comment, BK looking more innocent every day. And of course, these comments were left in the video pertaining to the evidence that was magically found that I covered in yesterday's video. So I think that was a real wake-up call for a lot of people, having to see this police officer, Mary, fumble throughout the entire hearing, looking clueless, looking stupid, looking untrained, looking unprofessional, looking lost, confused. This case is starting to stink. I'm just like, okay, this case has been stinking, I think. But again, I think the hearing was eye-opening for people who originally thought that BK was the right guy. This next comment was hilarious. No offense, but I wouldn't trust Idaho prosecutors any further than I could throw them. Too much inbreeding. Oh. You know what? I mean, probably. Should we ask Bill? I guess that's like a, how do we say it? A hit below the belt. That's just mean, right? Ooh, this comment. Seems like pretty questionable handling of evidence by Moscow PD. How could police officer forget about a piece of evidence that's tied to the biggest crime they've ever investigated? Oh yeah, I put it in a folder for like months and months and months ago and then completely forgot about it. So either two things. Either Mary is completely incompetent and an idiot, or same thing, right? Or he's lying. We shall see. How do you forget something like that? Do you guys think he's lying, or do you think he's just dumb? Let me know down in the comments, please. This one. Ooh. Ridiculous that Thompson is saying the discovery deadline is September when they also claimed they were ready for trial this summer. That is a great comment. I didn't even pay attention to that, but it's true, right? So if you're ready by summer, why are you pushing that deadline to September? Then that means you were not ready, right, Santa? Santa was not ready. Santa is lying. Do you think he's lying? I think he's lying. That's just my personal opinion because I'm not getting sued. Ooh, we are into dog ate my homework territory. Looks like the prosecution's case is crumbling. The dog ate my homework territory? That is the perfect way to describe the last hearing. It's like the most lame excuse ever. And it's coming from law enforcement. As an outsider, watching a police officer talk like this makes me afraid. Because if I was a local and that was the officer that is supposed to be protecting my community and enforcing laws and regulations, no. I would be either trying to get him fired or get him retrained, or I would be moving. This one, Santa was hoping for a plea deal. I agree, and I covered this in yesterday's video as well. I think that's what he wanted, and it did not go that way, and now he's standing there looking like a fool. Poor Billy. Why has it taken over 1.5 years for the defense to get the evidence of BK's guilt? Yeah. Is it because they don't have it? Is it because it doesn't exist? Because that could be why, right? If the state is so sure that BK is guilty, why don't they hand it over? Don't they just want to litigate and get this case over with? And yet the state continues to hide and hold evidence. But is it one of those it does not exist or we made it up type of cases? Is there a motive yet? That's a great comment because I saw people responding to that comment saying you don't need a motive for a crime. But actually, a crime like this, having a motive would be one of the first things that is looked into, but still no motive, still no connection to the victims. So what is the motive? Is there a motive? This one, I think, is where this case is going because a lot of people commented very similarly to this person saying, I was sure he was guilty. Now I'm not so sure. These police don't actually instill much confidence. And that's why people are changing their minds. And like I told you from the get-go, from the beginning of this, all the lies, all the BS is going to come out. And it's starting already, is it not? Shady things going on. And this is not a conspiracy theory. You guys know I am a scientist. And I have several degrees in psychology, not to brag. But this is not a conspiracy theory, okay? We know Moscow PD has a horrible track record, such as the sticker case incident, known as Sticker Gate. I think at the end of the day, this chaos revolving around this crime and Bryan Kohberger sitting in jail, potentially innocent, all comes down to potentially the corruptness of Moscow Police Department. And if that ends up being the case, what are we to do about it? Let me know down in the comments below if you have any solutions to that. I would be very interested to know your take. So I will continue to drink my tea here. My migraine is a little bit better, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. I hope to see you guys tomorrow as well. Leave a comment for me, leave a like as well, share with your friends, your family members, because it's so important that we stay aware of what's happening within these police departments that are extremely corrupt and these triple letter agencies that are also very corrupt. If you have not kept up on world events, I urge you to go watch the hearings that have been taking place with the leader, basically, of the FBI, who is coming across as very corrupt himself. So if you have somebody corrupt running the FBI, then what are we supposed to expect coming out of these agencies but corruptness, right? Because that is what is at the top of the food chain. So how do we dissolve the corruptness within these agencies? I have no idea. I have no idea. So that's it. All right. You guys have a good day. Take care.